We are facing some technical issues, so I request you all to please be patient. We'll be going live with the violin Maestro Kala Ramnath ji in a while. Hello Nitish, namaste. Hello everyone. Hello, namaste Kalaji.
Namaste, namaste.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Okay. There's a tanpura being played in the background, so is the volume okay for you? Is it too disturbing?
You can bring it down a little bit.
Okay, okay. Yeah, is it fine now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so first of all, many pranams to you. And thank you so much for joining this live. We are so honored to have you here.
Thank you.
And I welcome you on behalf of Classical Music of India page.
Thank you.
And it's personally a dream come true moment for me. I really wanted to meet you sometime. I didn't know it would happen in this way on social media. So my humble pranams to you. And I'll give you a short introduction about you, and then with your permission we can. Yes, I can hear you properly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a short introduction of yours, and then with your permission we can start the live.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, okay. So hello everyone. As of now 40 people have already joined. So hello everyone and namaste. So today we are having the violin maestro Kala Ramnath ji with us, and she is a Indian classical violinist, and she stands among the finest violinists of the world. Her violin is known as the singing violin because her violin actually sings. She started at the mere age of 2.5 under the guidance of her grandfather. Then she learned from her aunt, Padma Bhushan Dr. N. Rajamji, and after that from the renowned vocalist Sangeet Natak and Pandit Jasraj ji. So Kalaji, her playing has been featured on the Grammy-nominated The Miles of India project, and her compositions have made to the Grammy-winning 27 pieces, and the Chronos Quartet, a UK-based songline magazine, hailed Kalaji as the top 50 world's best instrumentalists in the world. She is the first Indian violinist to be featured in the Violin Bible, which is known as the Strat. Then she has performed all over the globe in various renowned halls, and she has worked with legendary musicians all over the world, including Ustad Zakir Hussain, Ray Manzarek, Hilary Hahn, and so on. So we welcome you, Kalaji. She has also received many numerous awards, one of which I would like to mention here, which is the prestigious Sangeet Natak Academy Award, if I'm not wrong. And uh, thank you, Kalaji, for accepting our invitation. And can we begin with the interview now?
Sure.
Yeah. My very first question is, it may sound abstract, but what is music for you and how do you define music?
Music for me is my life. That's all I do. And what was the second question? How do I define?
How do you define?
Music is there in anything and everything we do. Like even when we breathe, there is a certain, your heartbeat has a certain rhythm to it. You walk, your gait has a certain rhythm to it. So everything has in life. If it's not musical, then life is not good. But if everything is musical, then life is peaceful.
This is such a wonderful answer I've heard. Thank you so much for putting it in such a nice way. Like your profession is music, right? So what keeps you motivated throughout? Like you must be surrounded by music 24/7, right? So how do you keep yourself motivated to do new things every day?
I think once you realize that you are, there is so much in music, like it's like an ocean, and we haven't even scratched the surface. Then you know how deep it is and how much there is to, learn more and more and discover. Basically, now it's a process of discovery. You're discovering this. Oh, this can be done. That can be done. This rag can be played this way. Oh, there is this you could take this road to reach this destination in this rag. So when you start exploring, it becomes very interesting. And yes, that's what I am doing right now. And I find there is nothing which will not keep me motivated when you have so much to discover, And also,
Right.
is when you realize, when you do not think that I've achieved everything, that when that ego is not there and you know that there is so much to learn, so much to achieve. And I think that is what makes it, that's what keeps you motivated.
Motivated. Yeah. Thank you so much for showing some light on this. Secondly, have you learned Carnatic music in your early days?
Basically, I probably played Carnatic music till I was about 5 years old, 5 years old. But
Okay.
Hindustani even then. So, but
Okay.
then Carnatic music at the age of 5, my grandfather decided let her do only Hindustani. So probably 3 years I've learned Carnatic.
Okay. So, did you struggle to change the playing style from Carnatic to Hindustani? How?
I don't even remember. I was 5 years old. What do I remember? I literally learned Hindustani only if I have to think of that. All I remember is at 4 and 5, because my grandfather had maintained a diary of what I played. That's how I played Carnatic music. I have that diary with me. He maintained it. I started in the year 1969.
Okay.
And he maintained it till 75.
Oh my God. Okay.
So 69 to 75, whatever I played, whatever I practiced, which rag I did Vistar, how many I played, how many compositions I knew, in which rag I knew, all that is documented.
Oh my God, that's so nice to hear.
Yeah,
and you still have the diary with you.
I still have it.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's so nice.
How I knew that at 71, I used to play some exercises, Carnatic exercises, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I know.
Oh,
But
okay, okay.
72, all that stopped. It was only Hindustani.
It was only Hindustani. And then you started learning from your aunt from then onwards?
No, my grandfather was the one who helped my aunt play gaiki on the violin. It's a technique.
Oh,
So my grandfather
okay,
is
okay.
a very famous musician. So in
Mm-hmm.
South India, he was a great teacher. He's great.
Okay.
So he taught me. He literally brought me up. Actually,
Okay, okay.
yeah, he
Yeah. Uh,
taught me. But my aunt started. I think I went to my aunt when I was about 12 years old.
oh, okay, okay. So till then you had learned a lot from your grandfather. So
My grandfather. My aunt used to come home during my school summer holidays. The whole
yeah.
family would assemble at my, because my grandfather and grandmother lived with me, and my dad with
Okay.
my dad. So all the whole family, brothers, sisters would assemble at my place. So that's how my aunt would listen to me and probably give me some.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Some tips. Okay, okay. That's so nice to hear. So you learned from your grandfather, your aunt, and later from Pandit Jasraj ji also. Is that right?
Yes.
So can you just tell the basic difference between their teaching styles? How did they approach toward teaching music?
Okay, as far as my aunt is concerned, she would. I learned more under my grandfather. So
Hmm.
my grandfather was a person who didn't have to tell me to practice, because if I
Oh,
did not practice, he would not talk to me. And
oh, okay.
father was my world. My
Hmm.
son rose with
Absolutely.
my grandfather and sat with my grandfather. So my grandfather was everything. He would take me to school. He would bring me from school. He would buy me stuff to whatever I like. Take me to a hotel. He would do everything. He would tell me stories in the night to put me to sleep. If I was sick, he would
Please.
sit with me through the night. You understand? So my grandfather,
Yeah.
my world. Like I would,
Right. Absolutely.
yeah. And he whatever he said, I would do diligently. I would never say no.
Okay. Hmm.
So my grandfather's way of teaching me was, he would he had instilled in me that, like you have breakfast and like you go and have a shower every day,
Hmm.
you brush your teeth every day, you eat every day,
Hmm.
music has to be done every day.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
That is your way of life, that is what you should do. And because of that, I would play. He didn't have to tell me that you have to play a violin to
Hmm.
practice.
Hmm. Hmm.
It was my something which I had to do every day, come what may.
Every day. Right.
So
It
I
was
would
a
practice, and if I didn't practice, he would not talk to me. So, and
oh,
they're more painful than anything, my grandfather not talking to me.
not talking to you. Right. Mm-hmm.
Practice. My aunt was like, she would just keep watching. If I didn't practice or something, next day she'd say, I didn't hear. No, not even next day, about 2-3 days later, if I didn't practice, she would just mention in the passing, I didn't see you practice. uh,
Practice.
After 1 week, the world will explode.
Okay.
All come in one day.
Right.
And Guruji would never say anything about practice. It's up to you.
Okay.
You
Okay.
want to practice, you don't practice. It's up. But
Okay.
if you don't want to get yelled at on stage, then you be up to the mark. So which means you have to.
Right. You have to practice. Okay. how all these three people used to teach you, like giving some exercises or just playing any rag and tell you to follow along with them, or they used to sit in front of you and say that this phrase has to be played like this or something?
See, all that I learned under my grandfather.
Hmm.
Because
Okay.
when I went to my aunt, I was in a stage where I was technically very good.
Okay.
So she presented me first on stage.
Okay. Okay.
And that was the only time, she would sit with me to see how I was playing. I was already trained by my grandfather.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then my first my aunt presented me, and that concert was done by Guruji.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he got somebody else to present me in Bombay, and this was like to see how good I was. So I was made to play in Dr. Usha Krishna's house with my cousin Sangeeta. Both of us did,
Okay. Yeah.
and then we were going to Bhopal for my official concert.
Okay.
They tested me out if I was good. So that presented by Guruji.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, learning from a vocalist is like you have to follow the vocals, right? And
Father never taught me with the violin. He taught me vocal
yeah,
completely.
yeah, yeah.
So
So you
never,
had to
because he was
figure.
very old. He was 75,
Yeah.
76 when not 75, maybe 70 years old when I started learning from him. So he didn't play the violin and teach me. He would
Right.
sit with me and show me, sing and tell me, and I would play. Only in the first, when I was very, very young, 2, 3 years old, he had me hold the big violin, and
Yeah.
I was my mom used to say, I would tell him, this violin is big, give me a small violin. And then he would say, okay, now bow. He said, it seems that I'll hold your violin, from my side. You just hold like this, and now you bow. Then I said, this bow is too big. Give me a smaller.
You were small.
So yeah, then yeah, that. So my grandfather was the one who taught me whatever I'm playing today. My technique, it is all due to my grandfather.
All due to him, right, right.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, one question, that what was that one thing you liked so much about Pandit Jasraj Gaiki that inspired you to learn from only him and not anyone else?
One, I knew him from when I was 12 years old. Right, when I was a child, even earlier. And when I was 7, 8 years old and all, I would go to listen to his concerts when he came. I used to live in Chennai. And then, in the radio, there was this concert, Anuranjan. Even now, you have it at 3:15 to 3:45 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that classical music program.
Anuranjani, in the morning, you have. They would play Guruji's what Bhimpalas and Shuddha Sarang, Vilas Khani Todi, and so many other rags that they used to play. And it used to be so. I would think, if music was so beautiful, this is what I want to do in life. So, and then I came to know the persona himself when I was listening. Then, of course, when I grew up a little more, he accepted me as his disciple. Yeah.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. The very common question which everyone keeps asking, that how to do Riyaz, what is the right direction to do Riyaz when you are a student learning Indian classical violin?
So I would say, like, when you start learning, it's like when you go to kindergarten, right? You ask what is A, what is B, what is C. They just tell you this is the alphabet, and you learn the alphabet. You learn to write it.
Right.
So trust your teacher, trust your guru,
Hmm.
and then play whatever is told. Instead of questioning and thinking through it by yourself. You don't have to think. Thinking will be done.
Right.
When you have to do thinking, the guru will tell you now is your time to think.
Okay.
Till then,
Okay.
do not
Okay.
think. Follow everything that the guru says. And whatever the guru gives, just practice that. Don't do
Okay.
extra.
Okay.
Whatever,
Okay.
practice it to such an extent that you perfect it.
Okay.
So that is the first thing. Means that is quantitative.
Right. Okay. Quantitative practice. Okay.
You have to do it many times to perfect it. This is where technique comes into question. So you are now learning the technique more than the rag and everything. When first you are learning, you are only learning technique. You're learning to hit the note right, all those things.
Right.
And then later on, once you are good at technique, that is when proper learning starts.
Right.
And that getting into proper learning, I would say, will be after nearly 10 years of practicing this.
Oh my God. Okay.
Violin is concerned.
Right. Okay.
That is the same thing for vocal also, maybe 8 to 10 years. You're, really getting good at technique and everything. And then comes the real learning of
Okay.
look at the rag, how you can, approach the rag, how you can navigate through the rag. All these things come. How you do not be repetitive in your phrasing. All these things come only later. First is just learning to be technically good.
Okay.
So only then you need to think. Till then you don't have to think. You just have to do what is told.
Whatever is told by our guru.
Yes.
So while practicing the techniques, is it okay to practice in different scales or different rags, or
you have
only
to learn different rags? It's not just when I say technique, you are learning different rags, you are learning different compositions, you are being given exercises for the instrument, all that you are doing. But those are all, directed towards getting you technically good.
Okay.
Okay. Thinking, which is the qualitative aspect of practice, that doesn't come then. That time you're not thinking. You're just learning to, this has to come like this, I have to play like this. Are you thinking in real time to make alaps and tans? You're not doing that.
No,
then.
no, not at all. Right.
Even if you do in real time, they're not good.
Right.
Very simple, like beginner level stuff.
Right.
So in 10 to 12 years, when I'm talking about technique, I'm saying you will be good enough, like you can play a concert. To that level of technique, when you get, that is when the real learning starts of looking at the rags differently, approaching them differently. That is when you start thinking. Till then, you don't do.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is it important to learn to sing before you take up the violin? Like, does it affect your violin playing skills?
About what?
Like, is it important to learn vocal music before you learn violin?
It will definitely help.
Okay.
It will definitely help if you learn vocal music, because then you will know how to express it on. Like if you play, if you have tan, then or a phrase in the alap. So since you are going to get continuity to play, but if you switch directions of the bow at the wrong place, then the feel of a vocalist singing will not come on. Then I said hello. How many times? Somebody here said hello. Say hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone in the audience?
Yeah, someone from London, I know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So according to you, if we learn vocal music, it will definitely help you play the violin.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. So, did you learn vocal music before going to Guruji, or along with him you?
I learned vocal at home. I would sing everything that I was being taught.
Okay.
First, I would learn to sing, and then I would play. Hello.
I didn't get your last sentence. There was some connectivity problem.
Yes. So I said first I would learn to sing, and then I would play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I learned all positions by singing, and I would know it by heart, and then only I would play.
Okay. Next, I wanted to ask you about how to develop our improvisation capacity in any rag. If you are playing any rag, so how do we improvise, and what is the riyaz that we need to do for it?
See, first of all, when you start playing, when you are being taught by your guru, the right way to learn is to make small tans by yourself.
Okay.
Akar tan, sargam tan, whatever you want. In violin, it will be, like that, right? Make your own tans. Make your own tans. Like suppose you take Bhairav, you learn the composition Bhairav. First, make some to Khali tans. Then a little before that, then Khali to Khali, then 1.5 avartan. So learn, build it up on your own, and then take 3-4 notes and see how many combinations you can make within that to make and try making tans. 3 notes, 4 notes, and then the mukhda. When you come to the mukhda, if the mukhda starts on ga, try to end it on ma or re. Your last that challenge yourself like that. The last note of your tans be re or ma, and all this should be done in real time. So first you start slowly just making tans using the whole register or octave of the scale. Then shorten 3-4 notes. You can, some to mukhda, then a little earlier to mukhda, then khali to mukhda, then avartan, like 2 avartans, 4, like that. You have to. That is the first stage of improvisation, learning to do improvisation. And then you start alap.
Okay.
So how you do alap is you have to look at alap. I mean, I don't know if beginners will understand this. It is, I would say, like it's like you're starting an alap in sa. Okay. Sa. You are going to talk about. It's like sa is a person. Okay. Sa is a person. You're going to talk about the past of sa first, which means you will go down the register. You will not go to the next. You will develop below that. Okay. Then you will talk about the present. It will be like if sa is the person, that is where you will be. Then you will talk about the future. Just show the next note and come back.
Okay.
Like this you develop alap, or it's like you're supposed to create a structure. So you put one stone, and then your next phrase would be, if it is sa, if that is your start, ala, da, so that is a little bigger. So
Right.
you put another stone here. Da,
Stone.
like this, create.
क्या बात है?
So little by little, little by little, you're making it bigger, 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 bigger. And then now you've created a big structure like this. Now from here, now it's all the painting and the removing of all the dirt created and making it look beautiful. I've gone to the future. Then the one alap is over. Then your next alap.
क्या बात है?
That will be your next. So this is how you
Next.
create.
Create. This is so much interesting. Sorry?
I don't know if this analogy worked, but yeah, this is something for me.
No, this is very interesting. I didn't look at some rag in this way before, and thank you for sharing this.
No problems.
Yeah, you demonstrated it so nicely that everyone will understand this. Like making the notes as a person, and I have seen you talking in interviews that by learning from Guruji, you learn to see that microtone in your mind, right? So can you put some light on that? What do you exactly mean by that? I cannot imagine how to see any tone virtually.
For example, if you have the Rishabh of Bhairav and the Rishabh of Marwa.
Okay.
Marwa's Rishabh is lower than the Rishabh of Bhairav. So for that, when you hear both the rags, you have to have a very sharp ear to realize that Bhairav's Rishabh is a little higher than the Rishabh of Marwa. So that vision, that this is, and in the mind, music is abstract. For you to get that vision in the mind, that this is this much lower than Bhairav.
Exactly.
Lower than Bhairav. That vision was what I got from Guruji. In every rag, the microtones, like if you take Desi, Gandhar of Desi and the Nishad of Desi is a little higher than Kafi's Gandhar and Nishad.
Okay.
So these things will come only when you start listening. This is qualitative.
Right.
So these are things you have to listen, and then you will start hearing that, oh, this Gandhar, this is like that. Like everything is, the more and more you think about music, the more it becomes, it's, as I said, ragas are divine entities. You need to invoke them to give you a vision.
Right.
To get that vision, then you are able to see how big the raga is, how much depth it has, how much you can explore in it. All these things come to you only when you get that vision.
Right.
And that vision doesn't come always. Some days you can have an off day, and that you will say, "Aaj to matlab ठीक था program." नहीं था, हमेशा जैसा नहीं था. क्यों हमेशा जैसा नहीं था? Because you didn't get the vision. So whatever you do on stage on that day, it's because of your years of practice and the experience that you're able to perform. But you know in your heart that this didn't happen like what it usually happens.
Right.
So that's what it is.
Right. Uh, I still cannot imagine, but whatever you said was so deep, and it needs to come with experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Every rag,
Hmm.
you will be able to look at it differently when you look. The way I look at it, like for me, Marwa, Puja, Sohni, I will call them
Hmm.
twins, born from the same
Oh,
mother. But
okay,
each has different nature.
right.
If you take Bhairav, not Bhairav, if you take, let me say, what rag? Deshkar and Bhopali. They are like two people having the same face in one in America, one in India, but they're the same parents because Deshkar is coming
Right.
Bilawal, this thing, and yeah, this is from Kalyan, Bhopali,
Kalyan, right. Hmm.
right? And their nature is also different. Everything is different. Deshkar is in the morning, Bhopali is in the evening, all those things. Bhopali is an evening person, Deshkar is a morning person.
Hmm.
You understand all these things.
Yeah.
And Deshkar is male for me, and Bhopali is
Oh.
female because the way they behave,
Hmm.
is it's very like Dhaivat is a male note. It is not a female note for because it shows
Okay.
courage.
Okay.
And, Bhopali is not very female and very beautiful and dainty and you understand? So you can see it
Yeah.
when you look at the notes and how they so the aro avro of a scale of a rag is like the limb
Hmm.
of the rag uh, which characterizes the gait of the rag, how it walks, how it moves. You understand the pakad that you
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
face of the rag, you recognize, oh, this is Bhopali, this is Bhairav.
Right. Hmm.
Like that you recognize so many you like that like analogies like and then the samvadi are like the heart and the brain, the most
Hmm.
important organs. If they are not there, then and
Yeah. Yeah. I got it.
like the family name is also Bhairav. Bhairav is also the name of the person is also Bhairav.
Bhairav.
Yeah. And Bhairav is a very morning person, doesn't like evening. He doesn't eat. And he's very aesthetic in nature. He's very, what do you say? If you see Bhairav, you won't find any compositions in classical music which talks about love. It will all
Yeah. Yeah.
so very gambhir and
Go.
devotional
Hmm.
and oh, so that speaks of the nature of the rag itself there.
Rag itself. Right. Right.
Yeah.
This is very new for me, seeing a rag as a person and then defining his characteristics. Thank you so much for this. Like, this is a very, very different thinking an artist can have, and this is so interesting. I think this is what will keep me motivated now from now onwards.
Yes.
Uh,
It's
how
a different world. There is so much to explore like that. Yeah.
I know, yeah, it's never ending.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh, my question is, how do we measure our own progress? How do we know that yes, we are improving day by day?
If you listen to what you played a year ago and now what you play, that will whether you improved or you didn't improve.
Okay, okay, okay.
Consistent practice is what makes you improve.
Right. Definitely.
Without consistent practice, you cannot get anywhere. So, like
Right.
you do one day you do 7 hours practice, and the next day you're not even doing 2 hours practice. It doesn't help. Instead, maintain
Right.
4 hours every day. Of course, 1 hour
Right.
may not
Perfect.
be able to do that, but that this is
Hmm.
better than not doing one day so much and next day doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally agree with it.
Yes.
Right.
Consistency is what will show you how much you improved.
Improve. Right. I'll keep this in mind. Secondly, how to practice tal, like how to increase our knowledge of the tal.
By playing with the tabla all the time, learning a bit of tabla also.
Okay.
Learning theka, how to play theka in the tabla is very
Okay.
Once you know that, then you can play. Somebody is asking late to start at 34. For learning any art, age is not a criteria. Yeah, but if you become a performer, no, you cannot become a performer when you start 34. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do we practice for laikari? After a while, after we progress with the composition, if we want to do laikari, then how to do the riyas for it?
You have to do it. All come together. Slowly you practice double, then you go practice four times speed, times speed. So, tigun, chogun, all those things, you start working on life. Yeah.
Okay.
That increases your speed of bowing.
Yeah, increase the speed of going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this question is very much abstract, but how to overcome stage fear?
Stage fear is when you practice a lot, then you have confidence. If you are not, if you have no confidence going on stage, that means your practice is not enough.
Okay.
If you are extremely confident that you have done very well, like even if you go to sleep and you get up and somebody asks you to play, your performance is flawless, then you don't have stage fear.
Okay.
For example, I'll give you, when I went to perform my first concert, I was probably, I was about 20 years old. So I played Yaman, my first concert. And that is the reason I don't play Yaman anymore. For 2 months, 4 times a day, which was a minimum of 4 hours, I was playing only Yaman. I was playing only Yaman for 4 times a day for 2 hours till the day of my concert.
Oh my God.
I was so bored that I didn't want to play Yaman anymore in my life. So that's how so that much of practice you need. 2, maybe even 3 months, I don't remember. So that is what you need. Like, even if closing my eyes, I will come on some.
Okay.
It was like, oh, so the same thing. So your first concert has to be planned. It cannot take.
Right.
Today I can go and do anything. I don't even plan my rags before I go on stage. On stage, sometimes my tabla players, no, play a different rag. Don't do that. Then on stage, like Savai last I played, I was planning Yaman. So Yogesh, he was with me. So he said, okay, क्या बजा रही हो? So I said, Yaman सोच रही हूँ. नहीं, Yaman क्या? Yaman नहीं. और क्या बजा सकते? टाइमिंग हिसाब से श्याम कल्याण ठीक है. So I went on stage. Kalyan. That, to get to that stage, you have to work. In the beginning, you can do such changes.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody asked why Yogesh ji is my favorite accompanist. Because he plays very well. Question.
That can be the only answer. Otherwise, why would you ask him to accompany?
He's very good. He's a great musician.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you both complement each other while playing? Like the tabla player, he cannot be the dominant one, right? He has to be the accompanist. So how do instrumentalist and the tabla player complement each other?
I wouldn't say, accompanist. I would say, I mean, when a tabla player and without tabla, just melody cannot work, and without
Obviously.
melody, tabla also cannot work. So both of us need each
Right.
other, right?
Right.
Once you understand that without this, that won't be there. Without that, this won't be there. Then, if you can understand that we need each other for the concert to be good, and
Hmm.
both of us want the concert to be good, then you don't need to tell each other anything. Each one knows what they have to do.
Okay. Okay. That's so nice. Right.
He thinks that, oh, I have to play very well, then it doesn't work. The thought should be the concert should go well.
Should. Right. Right. Absolutely right.
So when the concert has to go well, each one has to do their part. Whatever is their part, they have to do, and then the concert will definitely go well.
Right.
You do your part
Perfect.
sincerely, I do my part sincerely, the concert will be a hit. Yeah.
Right.
So it's not
Yeah.
the accompanist should follow me and they cannot play more than me. It's nothing like that.
Hmm.
I feel
Hmm.
each of us have equal place on stage,
Right.
and
Right.
if one tries to dominate the other, the concert is not going to be sounding good. Instead
Right. Hmm.
of us should do what we have to do, okay, and
Hmm.
do it properly. That's it.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I've heard almost all of your compositions and I love them so, so much. So, like, how did you begin to compose? Like, what was the point you started to actually compose music?
Uh, I really don't remember when I started composing or anything. I really don't remember. When did I start composing? No, I don't have any. I don't remember. But sometimes, an idea comes into your head. Like there is a composition of mine which I did in Charukeshi when I was traveling
Hmm.
a train in on way to Amsterdam or something. I don't remember. I was in the
Okay.
plane
Hmm. Hmm.
so that turned out to be a very, very good composition. So,
Okay. Hmm.
like you don't know, it just comes once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
You have this sudden idea cropping up in your mind. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's not that, oh, today I have to compose a composition and I do it. No.
Oh, yeah. Right. So it's very spontaneous process.
Very spontaneous. When I have to compose something, it happens. I don't think much about it.
Okay. Then has it happened sometimes that you were humming something and you thought that it would be nice and then nothing happened after that. You forgot that
Many
phrase.
times I have written words of the composition in, in my flight, this thing, boarding pass behind. In the plane and all, I do compose, and then I've written the words and I recorded it on my phone, the tune and everything,
Hmm,
and
hmm,
I've forgotten,
hmm, hmm.
and I've saved up the boarding pass, and suddenly one day I see, oh, this I did then, and yeah, I've done,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
And the piece which you composed for Hilary Hahn, so you said that you composed that for her. So how did that happen?
Uh, Actually, the alap and uh, the what is it? Ac- Where was that? When did I do that? I don't remember much about the thing. But the Chronos Quartet that I did, I can tell you
Hmm, hmm.
I did that uh, at home here when I was here.
Okay, okay,
Whenever I composed with the Chronos Quartet, that was Hilary Kahan was a long time back, so I don't remember. But Chronos I
okay.
did at home. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I've heard the Yashila one, and it's so amazing. Like, I used to go to college, and my college was 45 minutes away from my home, and that whole Yashila thing was also about 45 to 47 minutes. I used to plug in the earphone. I used to listen on the way to my college, and the moods that it used to change between each composition. It was so nice. It was so nice. I cannot tell you how much. Like I
Those
didn't get over that composition.
those compositions were done right on when I went into the studio.
Oh, really? Oh,
Everything was composed before.
oh my God.
Everything was done. Oh, now we have to play something. We have to do something. Okay, let's make something. And so I did it. All the compositions were done like that.
It was, it is so nice. I cannot get over that music.
Something in 5. Let's do something in 9. Like I would say, and then I would do something.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the composition which I like the most. And I almost hear it once in a month, 2 times in a month. And thank you for those compositions. It made my travel very musical travel I used to have that time when I used to go to college.
No worries.
Yeah. Whenever you play any rag, how do you choose the compositions? Which to play?
I don't know. Whatever I feel at that time, I play. That's it.
Okay.
So, Vilambit I play, and if I say, oh no, let me get into a Rupak Tal or something, a slow, I play slow Rupak. That's it.
Okay, that's so nice.
Much at that time, whatever comes into my mind, I play.
Comes. Uh, like per rag, how many compositions should ideally a beginner should learn? Is one okay, or at least 2 to 3 different compositions?
I think some rags it could be 1, some it could be 2, 3. Depends on what your guru decides to give you.
Good. Decides. Okay.
And later on, you can develop it also.
Okay. Yeah. While buying the violin, like what are the brands we should prefer? Like I know only that.
Brands as such in violin. For me,
Okay.
say I play a violin and see if I like the tonal quality, the feel of playing, ease of playing. I see if both work, fine for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it recommended to change your violin, like, or you should play the one you're playing since
If you
long time?
have the tonal quality and the ease of playing, then you should just play in that violin. If you do not
Okay.
have problems, if you have problems, then you change your violin.
Okay.
So it could be that a very cheap violin might sound very good. Or a very, very expensive violin might sound very good. Now that's
Very good.
your luck what you get in what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which violin do you have?
So I have a 1758 Italian violin, which
1758.
So I used to
Oh, okay.
and that started giving me problems because of sensitivity to weather.
Okay.
So that is at home. Now I have a violin, a custom-made violin by a American violin maker from Chicago, and his name is Walter Stokka, and he made this violin for me. And yeah, it's a custom-made Stradivarius copy violin. He made it.
Okay.
So he made he made this. He made Mazzini, and he made also a Guarneri. So 3 he made.
Okay.
And out of that,
yeah. Okay. It has those planetary pegs, right? I heard in one of your live sessions.
Yes, I have.
What do we exactly mean by those planetary pegs?
So basically, it's a problem to tune with the pegs, right? It doesn't stay there. It's very hard, and you have to sometimes breaks off. All these things. Planetary pegs are something you don't have to do much at all. It's extremely soft.
Okay. Okay.
And you don't need those fine tuners on top. You just have to move really soft.
Okay. So you tune itself by those pegs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you use a particular brand of strings for your violin?
See, since I play in the pitch of D,
Mm-hmm.
the violin is tuned to E and F and all that because it's very high pitched. I feel
Right.
if audience has to listen to me for 3 hours, it has to be at where it is pleasant to listen.
Yeah. Listen. Right.
So I play in D. So when
Okay.
I play in
Right.
D, the violin strings, get very loose with no, what do you say? It doesn't have any tension on the string.
Right. Right.
So I use viola strings, but of 3/4 size viola strings, which will be good, perfect for the violin.
Okay. And it can be tuned to D.
Yeah, they should. It is like, so basically, if you want to use violin strings, you should discard the E string completely, and there the D next to it, and then
Okay.
the G and C. You should buy a low C for the violin. So G and C are
Okay.
to A and D again.
Yeah.
I tune it. So
But they.
A D.
Yeah. Right. So Sapa. Sapa.
Pasa pasa. First start.
Yeah.
Pasa pasa.
First. Right. Pasa. Pasa. But they might get very tensed, right? They wouldn't be losing. So how do you manage to do all the means and gamuks?
Tension. Because of I use viola strings, it's perfect tension.
Okay. So how do you manage to play the means and gamuks on?
Thicker.
If sorry.
The strings are thicker, so it means lot more practice. That's all.
Again, it comes down to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to change the direction of the questions thoda sa. So, being a female musician, what all the struggles you had to face? So, what impact it makes when you are a female musician?
It is a man's world. One has to accept that. And
yeah.
Being a female musician today, if I get a concert in Bihar, I will think 10 times before going there, which a male doesn't have to think. Right?
Right. True.
So you will need somebody to accompany you, to take you to that place. You cannot go alone.
Right.
Yeah, because you hear of stories which are very scary. So to some cities you would like somebody to go with you. These are things which any female musician will experience. And so because of this, we may probably have to lose out on a lot of opportunities.
Right.
So this is not to blame anybody. This is because we are like that. We need somebody to go with us and all that. The other thing is, probably I feel, having seen my aunt and what she has accomplished, if she was a male musician, she would be recognized more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, being a female musician, the recognition comes very late.
Okay.
Doesn't come at the right time. One has to ज़्यादा पापड़ बेलना पड़ता है. Sorry to. more hard. I mean, you have to prove yourself double
Right.
what others are.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, very grudgingly you get accepted. So,
Right.
I mean, I don't complain, I don't say anything, but this is how it is. Take it or you leave it. If you're going to take it, then you can be bitter all your life.
Right.
If you
Right.
just leave it, life goes on and you keep doing what you have to do.
Right.
That's it. And you can be peaceful and happy.
That's for most important. Right.
So you
Yeah.
can be with,
Uh.
and
Right.
ultimately, I feel whatever it is, whatever is your destiny, that is what will happen.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
So you just keep doing your music and the universe will take care of the rest.
Take care. Rest.
If you do good music, that's more than enough.
Yeah. The universe will arrange everything for you.
Arrange everything
Yeah.
however it should be. No need to.
Should be. Right. This is absolutely true.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you think that performing abroad helped you to get to the Western musicians and then do a collab with them? Like
I,
sitting in India, was it had been possible?
let me tell you, today maybe this could have been. You can say this helped if we were not in a digital age. But
Hmm.
today
Hmm.
with the digital age, everybody gets known everywhere. Like for me, Hilary Hahn got in touch with me because her father listened to me in
Oh.
YouTube in Germany.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So it doesn't mean
Hmm.
that you have to come to the US and you have to meet with people and perform and this and that. Nothing like that.
Okay.
So it came.
That's so great to hear. Okay.
Yeah. So, and this is, of course, I played in the World Music Festival in Montreal
Hmm. Hmm.
in 1995.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
Some some musician who was performing after me heard me play, and
Okay.
after 12 years called me to perform at his gallery in Los Angeles. So I said, what will I do
Oh my God.
at the gallery? He said, come, let's see something. Played in the gallery, because he's a musician and I knew him, and I got the recommendation was you should play there and all that.
Hmm.
The organizer, who's a good friend of this music, I played there, and then the music producer of a Hollywood film was listening to me there, and I got blood.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, like even in Bombay, I played my first full concert in Bombay was in Dinanath Mangeshkar Hall. It was years ago,
Oh.
30, 35
Hmm.
years. Dinanath Mangeshkar Hall, it is a 1,000-seater hall.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are 11 people in the audience. 11.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
And you won't believe that day. I mean, I was very down before, but
Hmm.
I don't know if you've heard of Mohan Nadkarni. He was a
Yeah. I've heard. Hmm.
he had come to listen to me. So he came behind me. He told me, "Don't look at the audience. Give your best. You never know
Hmm.
who's sitting in this level who can
Right.
help." And you won't believe, I listened to his words and I played my best. And that got me my first album from CBS.
Okay. Okay.
So anything can happen.
Exactly. Right. Right.
So why I'm saying, what it doesn't matter where you are, wherever you are, you just do sincerely what you have to do. Do it sincerely, and it takes care of the rest. So this,
Yeah.
you have to come here to, somebody can watch your YouTube video and then call when you are,
Right. Right.
yeah.
After listening to this incident, it's very true that just do whatever you're doing with whole your heart, and everything will fall in place.
Today, this interview, God knows who will be listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, One more question is, we are nearing to the end of the interview. Only last 2, 3 questions left. Uh, while performing with the musicians from the West, how do you tune your violin? Do you change the tuning or you keep the same?
Same tune.
Same tuning. Okay. And while playing with them in with fusion music, what you play, so you prefer pre-composed music pieces or you improvise there also?
I improvise there also.
Okay, okay.
Of course,
But
composition, then you improvise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, but when you're leading a group of maybe 150 to 200 musicians who are if it is a string section and they are looking into that sheet music and playing, so then how do you know that like they are playing something fixed, right? And you are improvising. So then how do you manage, like how to put it in words? Like how do you come together at some point?
So basically, what happens is I'll give you an example. When I was playing with the London Symphony Orchestra, so they told me like I had a space of 40 bars to do whatever I wanted.
Okay. Okay.
So I would keep listening to them, and there was some indication for me that they're going to finish, and then the conductor would sign me off. So
Mhm.
they are finishing. That indication I had to know by listening. So
Okay.
I would start whatever I had to do, and then I'd keep looking and some idea about 40. And when I'm play the 40 bars, at some place the violin comes in, and then that is an indication. Oh, I have so many bars left, and things like that.
Okay.
I finish, and yeah, that's how.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So I got it. So how all this is managed together?
yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you're traveling while going to some place, so what are the things you like while traveling?
I don't like anything. I don't like traveling.
Oh my God, really?
I'm tired of traveling. I've traveled a lot.
But you have to eventually to get to the place where you have to perform.
I have to go, so I travel. Yeah. So
Okay.
I listen to music, I watch some films, I do, the
Mhm.
play you do. And once I go there, I play my concert. And if there is some sightseeing, nice things to do, then I go do it. Or I just take the next flight out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, can you share your experience while conducting workshops in other universities abroad? I've seen your workshop.
Mm.
I guess a person named as Peter, he has uploaded your workshop videos on YouTube. They
Yeah.
were so nice. You have taught Rag Bihag in that. So please share some experiences from those workshops.
It's like doing a workshop everywhere, wherever I go, whichever state, either India or US or whatever. The same thing. I mean, I teach whatever little bit I know. That's it.
Uh, but the Western musicians who learn the Western, like how do they adapt to the Indian style of holding the violin and playing the means and gamaks?
Uh, yeah, it's a totally different style for them. Yes, and then they tried, and the way they hold the violin is different, and everything is the posture, sitting posture is different. It's
Mhm.
hard, but I mean, since they have knowledge about the instrument, it's not very
Mhm.
difficult for them to, yeah.
Okay.
Except
Okay.
the means
Yeah.
and the marks, that is hard for them.
Yeah. Yeah. That is hard for them. Right.
Yeah.
Can you tell something about the Kalashri Foundation? I'm really excited to know about it.
The Kalashri Foundation is something I started in 2012 in India.
Okay.
Music to underprivileged children. And basically,
Okay.
music. I wanted to give an opportunity to those kids who don't have the means to learn music, and
Hmm.
maybe
Hmm.
they could also make a career in music. You understand?
Right. Hmm. Hmm.
Form of livelihood, and music in general helps everybody, children especially, in developing their personality, giving them positive attitude in their life, and
Hmm.
they start loving. Basically, I wanted children to love music. That's it.
Okay. Right. Hmm. Hmm.
Once they love music, they can decide whether they want to take it up as a career or no. Even if they don't take
Right.
it as a career, they are. I have created a listener. That is my idea.
Right. Right.
And then, not only that, when children take up music, they stay away from other things. They're channelized. All their energies are channelized into very good,
Hmm.
and it helps them
Right.
in their personality. So that is why I started it in India. And then, and the other thing was, uh, I wanted violin to be more popular.
Okay. Hmm.
So I wanted to take music to everybody. It's and classical people think that, oh, classical music, I don't want to do it. It's very hard. All these
Yeah. Yeah.
and then come TV classical music comes, they just switch it off. They don't even want to listen to see what it is, because
Exactly.
according to me, if you go with an open mind and listen to a classical concert, a good classical concert, two times, three times you do, the fourth time you'll be hooked. You'll never want to leave classical music.
Very true.
So people do not realize that, and learn our music will make anybody play any music, and I'm a prime example of that. So any music I can play today, thanks to
Right.
my training in Indian music, Indian classical.
Right.
So
Right.
unfortunately, in India, people do not have this idea of what a great tradition we have. Ours is the oldest form of music in the world,
Exactly. Right.
and then every form of music has come from our music.
I know. Yeah.
Uh, oh God, pop, rock, great. What does that music have? Nothing. So anyway, doesn't matter. That is a different topic. I don't want to get. But I
Right.
want our music to become more popular.
More popular. Right.
That's when I started.
Exactly.
When I had a student here, he passed away due to cancer. That's when I started
Oh.
in the US. Help children who are sick,
Mm-hmm.
and of course train them, train children in music. So I have a lot of
Yes.
children who learn here from me.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
that's
don't want this interview to end, but uh, that's it for today. And last question I would like to ask you that what are your thoughts on healing power of Indian classical music? I've heard you saying this in an interview, so I want to hear it again.
healing power of classical music. You've heard there was a kid who was in coma, and after listening to my aunt's violin in Calcutta,
Yeah, yeah.
healing power of
I read that news.
classical. And the other thing is, there was a kid, a little baby.
Hmm.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
she was adopted from Nepal by a French family. Okay,
Okay,
and
okay.
that
Hmm.
French lady wrote to me saying, Kala, I just want to tell you, I adopted this kid. She was a little
Hmm.
2 month old baby, and the kid would never smile. The first
Oh,
she smiled, was when this lady played my recording when the kid was 1.5 years old.
Oh my God. Okay.
And she wrote to me, that is when first time she wrote to me saying, my kid smiled listening to your music. And then
Oh
when
my God.
she invited me in Nice, Paris, I went to Nice.
Hmm.
I went to see her, and then I stayed with her. The kid was 2.5 years old, and it could pick out in a group of CDs. If you put my CD, she will pick out all my CDs. A 2.5 year
Oh
old.
my God. That's so nice. Such a live example of healing power of music. Oh my God.
So there are people who this music has healing properties in
You shared such a divine experience right now.
it.
Yeah. Uh, the last question we'll take, and
Yeah.
what advice would you give to the younger generation today who are willing to do their career in Indian classical violin, basically?
What do they have to do? They have to practice, as I said. I mean, do not look at, oh, when can I perform? No.
Hmm.
Practice first, and then performance will follow. When you are good, definitely it will follow. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. I mean, at least 10 to 12 years, close your eyes and practice. And put in 4 to 5 hours a day. Close your eyes for
Hmm.
the 10, 12 years, and then we can think, now is time. Maybe you can perform.
Okay. Right. Right. This is very true. Because I think in today's world, people have forgotten to practice. They just want some fame and then they start performing whatever they have learned. They just start performing. Then be it a fusion, do a collab with electric rock band, guitar or something, and just perform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
totally true. Thank you so much, Kalaji, for sharing, for first of all, for sparing your valuable time for this interview. I'm so overwhelmed, and you have shared a lot of things today, and I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
And I thank you on behalf of this Classical Music of India page. And I first of all thanks Chaitanya for giving me this opportunity to interview you. It was a dream come true moment for me. And today is his birthday, so I would just like to wish him a very happy birthday and tell him that he is doing such a nice thing
Yeah.
by arranging such interviews with legendary people. And thank you for accepting. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. I wish you a good health and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.